What's up, everybody? I'm V-True, and today we're going to be talking about the new Treasured Tools feature that's been added into the game, as well as the mine, and basically everything that's going on with this new feature that's going to give us actually potentially a lot of power, and it's going to kind of change the way that battles work. So let's take a look here at these Treasured Tools. So if you go to Power Up, it's the little golden rope there. So all four of the people in your lineup can have a Treasured Tools equipped onto them. Okay, so when you first start off, they kind of give you this one for free right here. They give you like they can take you through the tutorial to kind of help you out. So you can change that kind of in here depending on which ones you have set up. So forging is actually how you're going to make them. So once you have at least 50 of the iron ore, you can either go with the coins method to forge, and that is going to give you either it's a B, A, or an S level. Okay, so S is obviously the best, then A, then B. If you do advanced forge, you are guaranteed to get at least an S or an A level treasure. Okay, you do have to buy these treasured tool blueprints. I'm assuming they're eventually going to give this to us as like rewards in events and stuff. For right now, the only way to get these is to buy them with coupons to guarantee that you are going to get an S or an A level. So I already have this one right here. It gives you ninjutsu and critical. So what I'm going to do, let's go with this defensive one right here. So this is going to give me defense and resistance. They show you on, if you look at under specialty, it says ninjutsu and resistance right there. So this one is for more defense. Let's go with this. So I'm going to forge this one right here. So I got a B. I got a common level 1. That's okay. It's blue. It's not all that good. We got 157 life and 71 defense. Okay. So you can see then that this goes on cooldown for about 24 hours. So basically one day. If you have a Jonin medal, you can refresh this one time per day. So if I click on that with my Jonin medal, I can do it one time a day for free. So now if I had 50 ore again, I could create another one. I don't, so I'm not going to be able to. So what I'm going to do, I like ninjutsu on him. Let's put some defense on my main character here. So, all right. So see, my power just went up. She now has an extra 157 life and 71 defense on her, which is pretty cool. And you can actually, it's nice because you can kind of choose exactly like, so this actually is perfect for Shisui because it has ninjutsu, which he scales with, and a little bit of resistance to help him out with the defense. So you can kind of decide which ones you need. Like, so if you want some life, you want some defense, you want ninjutsu, you want attack, whatever you need, you can kind of individually place them on the people in your lineup. So then if we go over here to level up, so you can level up your equipment. You can see here, so it only goes up by 1 right there. So we got from ninjutsu 93 to 94. Resistance 88 to 89. Same thing over here. The life is actually going up by 2. Defense is going up by 1. The ore, it only costs 1 ore, as you can see, to start off. I'm assuming that's going to scale upwards. It's probably going to take more as you level them up higher and higher. I only advise leveling up S-class gear, because obviously you don't want to level up like an A and then get an S that's better, and then it's just a waste. So I do advise saving your ore and using it mostly for forging until you get S level gear, and then you can start working on leveling those up. Up here you can see there are 4 different ores. You have the iron ore, copper ore, silver ore, and gold ore. I'm assuming that the higher that these, eventually you're going to start having to use, like as you get higher levels, you're going to start having to use these higher level ores. I'll talk about how you get the ores in a minute here. Then we have this beset. So each one of these items, you can actually put ability scrolls onto. See, once this tool gets level 5, you get another one here, and then at level 10, you get all 3 of these unlocked. So this one does not have, so B only has 2, which means I'm guessing S has 4 then. But A has 3. So this one, we got an empty ability scroll right here. I have this from the mine, but again, I'll talk about that in a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to obtain scrolls here. Now, once a day, you get a free draw. So we'll use our free draw right here. And we got 2 iron ore. Okay, so we actually didn't get a scroll there. But every time you draw, you get these ability points. These ability points, these right here, the ability points you can redeem. They spelled redeem incorrectly. You can redeem back here for all of this stuff. So if you want to know what's available to you, you actually click on this Ability Scrolls Handbook, and it'll show you all of the ability scrolls. So we've got blue, purple, gold, and red. Red is the best that you can get. And these, you can actually level up the scrolls as well. There's a lot of leveling and resources that can be dumped into this system here. So once you start getting those up more, you can start to spend them back here. So these treasured tools essence, okay, these will help you to level up these ability scrolls. So that's what these essences are for. You can also spend these back here to buy. So you have the gold over here. So we've got level. So like this one right here. Each one is a little bit different. They have different rounds available to them. So this one can be used in the 3rd round. It gives all of your lineups 8%. This one can be used in the 4th round. So it's a round later, but it gives you 12%. And then this one can be used in the 5th round, but it gives you 18%. So like the later that you can use it, the stronger that it is. So it's sort of a balance. You have to pick depending on what your lineup is good at. So let's say you have a lineup that's good at long sustained fights. That's tanky. You'd want to use the level 5 one or the round 5 one, because it gives you the largest heal, and if you're good at like getting to the 5th round. If you need a little bit more survivability early in the fights, you would want to go for this round 3 one here. So you have like this one will increase your damage, increase the attack and ninjutsu. We have that's damage after level 5. That gives you a 30% increase. So actually, that wouldn't be too bad for lineups where you end up losing your buffs, because then at round 5, after you lose it, you actually end up getting that 30% back. You got defense here, and then you can actually buy the red scrolls as well. So this one here is giving you 10%. This lineup will give you 23%, and you can level those up to increase that ability or the amount as well. So that's what you do back there with those. So I already have this scroll, so I'm going to drag it in there. So that's how you equip it. You just drag it in. And then in order to upgrade them, you have this little upgrade button here. And then if I don't have any of those essences right now, but basically you level these up the same way as like your ninja tools. You just drag them over, level up. You can click on auto add, and if you look at it, it shows you. So this one would go from increasing my attack and ninjutsu from 13% to increasing it to 14%. And then so I have on this one, we've got the heal. So this would increase the heal from 8% to 9%. So you can level these up to increase their values. Again, I wouldn't level up anything at under gold. I would say gold is the lowest that you would want to level up, because otherwise you're just wasting them. All right. So lots of levels up, different abilities that you can add into them. We talked about all that. So then we also have this recycling feature here. So let's say you are forging, okay? And I make a better gourd than this one. You can recycle this in order to get some of the iron ores back, which is kind of nice. So once you get 4 good items that you have on your team here, you can start to recycle the forges that you do that aren't any good. So at least you get some of the iron ores back. Now, I do recommend locking the ones that you have equipped so you don't accidentally recycle them, but it will at least give you back the scrolls, so you don't have to remember to pull those out as well. Okay. So that's how this system works right here. All right. So it's random abilities, random stats that you can get, random values. Obviously, spending on these is going to give you better levels and give you a chance for those S level tools, which give you obviously the highest amount. But there's no guarantee that you're going to get the best stats on them. So it's a system that there's a lot of spending that you can do if you want to level it up fast and get to the high levels there. So then if we take a look at the home, there's also this mine that has been added into the game. So we're going to walk down here, into our mine that's in this bottom right-hand corner. Now, when you're in the mine, so my mine is working right now. My mine's level 2. As you mine stuff, your mines are going to level up. And I believe level 5 is the highest the mine can get. So at level 1, you get every 20 minutes you get 1 ore. At level 2, every 12 minutes you get 1 ore. And then level 3, you can see every 8 minutes you get 1 ore, and you get the potential for copper ore. So at level 1 and 2, you can only get iron ore, which is the most basic, right? If you look at copper ore over here, it says it can be obtained once you get to level 3, so there's a possibility of getting some of that. Silver's at level 4, and then gold is at level 5. So 5 is the highest you can get. Once you max out one of your mines at level 5, a second mine will open. Then you get that second mine to level 5, a third mine will open, third mine to level 5, and then all 4 mines will open. So you got 1 mine here, 1 mine there, you got a mine down here, and a mine down here. So you actually start eventually scaling up to getting a whole bunch of ore, especially once they're all level 5, because you'll be getting 1 ore every like 2 minutes times 4, so that's a whole bunch of ore over 24 hours, right? You can see here you can hold 10,000 of each at a time. Okay, and if you look at this, it'll show you how much ore you have already, but you can't extract it until it's done, until it's completely done, and it takes 23 hours, to do. Okay, so once that's doing, basically what happens is you set up a lineup to protect your mine. Okay, you choose 4 ninja. It doesn't have to have your main character, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you have to have your main character. You choose 4 ninja. You don't like lose the ninja, you just choose whatever your strongest lineup is to defend your mine. The reason you defend your mine, so let's check my log here. Doesn't look like anybody, nobody's obtained, or nobody's tried to rob me yet. So the reason you set up a lineup is because you can go steal from other people. Okay, so you can do this twice per day. So you select which ninja you want. Okay, so it has now sent me over here. So this person's mine is actually kind of full. So this is the team that he has set up. Once people start unlocking more mines, you can start plundering more of the mines at a time. So the matching is kind of random. I've been matched with like level 50 people. So it's kind of unfortunate. So this person is level 89. They only have 49,000 battle power. So it's not even going to be long enough to show how this works. But basically, you can see we've got this lineup healing right here. So this is just kind of destroying them. But we can skip the battle because obviously we're not going to lose even. I don't think I could lose this if I tried. All right, so there we go. So I finished. I don't even know what this thank the mine owner does. That's just like BM. So I got 4 iron ore from them. So then once a day you get a free draw from these extractions. So I will click on that, and I got 88 iron ores. That's awesome. That's a ton right there. So I got 88 from them. So now I can do another steal attempt. So I'll steal from this person. This person's only level 68. Oh, you can also choose your treasured tools back in here. So I actually haven't equipped that in this. You have to remember to equip this everywhere. So I'll put, she gets the gourd. There we go. Okay. I was wondering why it wasn't showing the, there. So you can select which one you want. So here we've got, this will increase my damage. This one will give me the heal. So if I choose that one, you can only choose one of the scrolls there. So basically what you want to do, I'll talk about this in a second here. Okay, so we got 4 more iron ore. If I wanted to draw again here, it's going to cost me 10 coupons or ingots. So you have to remember to click that X to get out, okay? And then, so those are my 2 steal attempts for the day. If you want to try steal again, it's going to cost you 10 coupons or ingots in order to add an extra one. So there we go. That's how you steal ore from other people. The more mines that they have leveled up and the more loot that they have in them, the more you'll be able to steal. So actually, and I can show this, because I have more of this now, I can actually do another one. So let's see what we get here. We have on Iruka, I'd want to increase his... I'd actually want to increase his resistance. But there's no guarantee to get resistance. But this would probably be the best option for us. So let's see if we can get lucky and get some resistance on this. No, we got life and defense. That's okay. So we'll put that on Iruka. There we go. So we got a little bit extra life, or what am I doing here? Lock this one. There we go. A little bit extra life, a little bit extra defense on Iruka then. So we got two common gourds today. Obviously, the common ones are going to be your highest chance of getting those. So there we go. We have to, if I wanted to speed this up, it's going to cost 138 coupons. Woo! Yeah, no thank you. Advanced Forge doesn't have a cooldown time. So that's another important thing to remember if you're going to end up doing the Advanced Forge. Okay. So, there we go. One thing I can show you, or last thing I want to talk about with the battle power is those scrolls. Okay, so if we go down here, we click on, we'll fight all the Kakashi clones. Okay, so you do want to diversify the scrolls. So you don't want to have all healing scrolls on everybody because you can only use one of these treasured tools. So you have to choose which one you want. So like for this one, I know I'm not going to need the damage. So I would click on, and they're both round 4. So I'd click on this one. So once you select it, that's it. It's the only one that you can use. And then after 4 rounds, this is going to trigger and it'll give you the attack and the ninjutsu. So it doesn't really make sense to load all of them up with healing scrolls because then you can only choose one of them anyway, so it doesn't really impact it. You know what I mean? Just something to keep in mind. I'm not gonna do this whole fight here, but just something to keep in mind that it's smarter to diversify so that based on the situation, and you have to choose in the first round. You can't wait, otherwise it will choose for you. So you have to sort of understand how the fight's gonna go. Take a look at what you're expecting, and then choose in the first round which one you want, and then depending on which round it is, it'll trigger for you. All right. I believe that's everything. Hopefully I explained it all well enough for you guys so that you understand how it's working and how to get the most out of this system. It's going to give you a lot of power, and it's also going to kind of change fights up a little bit. Round 3, 4, and 5, you're going to have these different buffs and heals and stuff triggering that you're going to have to account for in your fight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below. I haven't said that in a while, actually, because it actually doesn't mean anything according to YouTube. You know, it does mean something, the watch time. So thank you to everybody who's watched the whole way through the video. Can't thank you guys enough. YouTube loves when people watch the whole way through the video. If you want to help me out, you can click that refresh button, watch the video one more time the whole way through, put it on the background, you know, whatever. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you guys all have a great Friday. It's the weekend. There you go. Anyway, see you guys in the next video, and peace.